Hello everybody, welcome to another Guild Wars 2 guide, brought to you by birdinformaticgaming.com. And today we're going to be going through the Crucible of Eternity in Explorable mode. We're going to be picking path number 1, which is the Submarine path. So basically, when you first get in, you're going to be going through this little hallway. There's just some chest mobs to kill. In this video, I am running a thief. I'm running a blinding thief, so I'm kind of tanky. And I bring good support to my team. So by the time you get to the end of this hallway, you're going to run into this champion wolf. Now you are able to pull this champion wolf away from his other ads, because there are other ads with it. So you can pull it away, but unfortunately in this video our Mesmer's phantasms actually pull the smaller wolves. So we probably should have pulled it farther back. The wolf does do a frost breath, so my blind wasn't working so well on him. I was wondering why. I kept going down because I was throwing my blinds on him, but I wasn't able to block the frost breath. So we'll just finish this guy off and then we'll head to the next room.
You were hit.
He seems to still be hitting me. Unless he's just attacking too fast. I see. Okay, so this is Subject Alpha. Now we're going to be fighting this guy about 3 times in this dungeon. So you don't actually kill him fully, but you get him to about half health and then he'll disappear and he'll run away. Now the one thing we didn't do on our first try, the one thing I didn't know actually, he does, every time you fight him he kind of evolves a little bit in his skill set. So right now he does Dragon's Tooth, which are the AoEs, the big AoEs around that drop the big fire dagger looking thing like that. Now he only does that to people who are ranged from him, so if you actually have your party stack up on him, then what he will do is he'll do a little fire AoE that gives you burning, but it really doesn't do that much damage, so as long as you can cleanse that burn, it's all good, and you'll burn him down much faster than standing at range. So if you're gonna fight this guy, it's best that you have your whole party stack up on him.
That's the second ugliest thing I've ever seen.
Okay, for this room there are a few golems. Now don't go in the room and try to fight them there. The best thing that you can do is run around this corner and use line of sight. Your NPC friend might actually end up dying here, but use line of sight and get these golems to run around in the corner, and they're gonna stack up. Then you can use your AoE and use whatever you need to, and then they'll burn down pretty fast. So it's much easier doing it like this than trying to go in the room and killing them one by one.
Eat my dust.
Easy.
Okay, so here's a kind of a jumping puzzle. Now there are 2 sets of lasers that go to each end, and then there are lasers on the floor that you have to jump over. Now there's maybe there's a space about 2 or 3 in between, so you want to make sure that you keep going. If you stop, then the lasers behind you are going to catch up and kill you. Once you get 3, you have to get 3 of your teammates through, then you go to the control panels. There are 2 on the other side as well. Then you do it at the same time. You activate them at the same time in like a 5-second window, and then those lasers will turn off. Now for this boss, he's fairly easy. What you have to do is basically he has these turrets around him. He has a regeneration turret, he has a cleansing turret, a protection turret, and a retaliation turret. So he's getting these buffs as long as these turrets are up. So a good order to go in is the retaliation turret. That's kind of the one you want to take down first, and then you want to take down the regeneration turret. It's really good to have a party member who can apply poison while the regeneration turret's still up, so he's not healing as much. And then I'd go for the protection and cleansing turret after that. And then it's basically just a tank and spank. He'll usually fixate on one person and try to burn them down, but all you really have to do is whenever the turrets get up, go back and finish them off, and then go right back onto the boss. And it's kind of a rinse and repeat type of fight. He will also throw up static shields that will stun you if you run through it, so if he throws one of those up, just stay in the middle of it and then you'll be okay.
Easy.
Very. Alright guys, so for this room it's going to take quite a bit of an explanation. So basically what you need to do is you need one person in the middle of the room who is going through the security layers, and you need the other 4 around him, because you're going to have these little golems called bomb golems, and what they do is as soon as they reach somebody they're going to stop, they're going to plant themselves in the ground, and then about a few seconds later they're going to explode. So you have to, the rest of your party has to keep them away from the center, because if they don't, then the center guy can't do his job, and then he'll just eventually die. So you need people spread out around the center, stopping these guys from getting to the
Alright, kill
middle.
the big guys.
Now when you reach certain levels, like level 3, and then or level 2, level 4 I think it is, you're gonna have big golems come out. And what you need to do is you need to basically focus fire one down at a time. I can't remember how many big golems there were exactly, but so you'll always be dealing with these little golems, and when you reach a certain stage, because you have to do the security layer, the guy in the middle, he has to do it 5 times. So you're gonna have those big golems come out. You need to you just need to mark one and then focus fire it, and then make sure you're moving around. Okay, for this next room, when you get here, you have 2 options. The best option is to pick the one on top, because it's to save the inquest, because they're gonna drop a bomb when you're done in that purple dome. So if you're going to fight a boss after this, these are just the trash mobs that you're going to fight for a while, then you're going to fight the subject alpha again. So if you keep the subject alpha near the purple circle after all this, there's going to be a bomb that drops, because we chose to save the inquest instead of letting them die. So that's why we picked the top one, and I would suggest that your group does the same. So right now we're just running around trying to kill these. It's really good practice to always mark a target and have your party focus fire it down while you're kiting all the other targets around. So now that we just saved that inquest guy, you can see in the middle there's a little purple thing where all that black smoke is emerging, and that's the bomb. So you want to keep the subject alpha there. Now this is again where a couple of us made a mistake of staying in range. So you can see he's dropping all this dragon's tooth, because we're away from him. We're not in melee range of him. So if we were in melee range of him, he would be burning down much faster, and he wouldn't be dropping those dragon tooth. So one more thing that he does in this stage is he puts people in imprisonment cells, like these big purple things that your teammates have to come over and destroy. So that's why it's also nice. You can see I'm in one right now. So someone has to destroy that to get me out of it. So that's why it's also nice to stack up, because if he puts one of your teammates into that, basically just all of the attacks and everything like that, AoEs will break it right away, so you don't even have to worry about it. But when we fight this guy on the last stage, then you can see how to properly do it. But the first 2 times we were doing it wrong. So you really want your party to stack up on subject alpha while you're fighting him. Okay, this boss is fairly easy, and his animation is extremely broken right now. As you can see, there are 2 of him, one laying on the ground and one just kind of standing there. So anyway, what happens is he has this boon on him where he doesn't really take much damage. He basically reflects a lot of the damage, or he doesn't reflect it, but he's just immune to a lot of damage. Once he gets that on you, you can see right there how he's charging people. You need him to charge into these little towers around this room. So like you can see me standing behind one right now, so if he charges me, he's gonna run into that. As soon as he charges into that, he's gonna lose his boon, and then I think it's gonna happen right now. Maybe not. I thought it was, but he will charge one. There we go. He just charged and hit that little tower right there, so he loses his boon. Then your team can go over there and then do some nasty DPS to him. Then it's a rinse and repeat type of fight. It does take a while, but it is pretty simple. Just make sure your party knows that he needs to be charging into those towers, or else it's just going to take forever, and you're probably not going to finish it. So just make sure your party knows what to do. So we killed him, we're going to loot, and now we're going to the final boss. This is Subject Alpha again. This is the last fight. Now this time I am going to properly show you what to do. And we do still have 1 or 2 people still staying in range, but... So anyway, what you want to do is you want to stack up on him and bring maybe 1 condition cleanser, because he will do like a combustion AoE where he sets you on fire,
Too
but
much
it
of
really
them.
doesn't do much damage. So you could just you can see I have it on right now. It's doing about it did about 500 per tick, and then I cleaned it off. So as you stack up, he won't do the Dragon's Tooth, and if he does put you in a prison cell, then the rest of your teammates could just be close by and breaking it. So make sure your party's staying close again. I can't express that enough. So as you can see, we're all stacked up on him right now, and he's burning down a lot faster. You can see that there's no more Dragon's Tooth, no more Dragon Teeth going around. Because no one's out of range of him. So all he's really doing is his little combustion AOE, and then he also does the imprisonment cell, but you can break it right away since you're standing right next to each other. So you can see he put somebody in a cell and it just broke down right away. So anyway, that's all there is to it. It does take about, depending on your group and who you have in your group, it takes about 30 minutes to an hour, hour and a half. Just depending on who you have in your group. So I would make sure that you have that amount of time available to you. Anyway, this has been Brennan from AddictGaming.com, and this has been a guide to COE, Path 1, which is the Submarine. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and please subscribe for more Guild Wars 2 content, and make sure you visit our site at AddictGaming.com. Thanks guys.